Hello fans, welcome to Man Utd Transfer HQ. Stay updated with the latest transfer gossip and breaking news.
Today news is Amorim'S should have sold Man Utd, who earns over 2x more than Garnacho. Ruben Amorim has navigated himself through his first window as Manchester United manager, finally starting to make the changes he wants to his first-team squad. However, it's just the tip of the iceberg for the 40-year-old, who still has a long way to go if he is to make the last impression desired to take the club back to Premier League glory. His first signing came in the form of left-back Patrick Dorgu, who cost £30 million from Lecce, but will undoubtedly provide a long-term solution to the club's ongoing fullback issue. As for departures, Antony left to join Spanish side Real Betis on loan for the remainder of the season, with Marcus Rashford joining Aston Villa on a temporary basis after being frozen out under the new management. However, the aforementioned pair could have been joined out the door by Alejandro Garnacho, who was widely linked with a move away from Old Trafford throughout the entirety of the month. Winger Garnacho has found life difficult under Amorim'S since his appointment at the end of November, unable to slot seamlessly into his 3-4-2-1 system. His philosophy requires two number 10s in behind the lone striker, taking away the key asset of the Argentine's game given his desire to cut inside off the flank onto his stronger right side. Such a situation led to rumors around his long-term future at Old Trafford, with Chelsea and Napoli the two sides most strongly linked with a winter move for the 20-year-old. However, despite all the speculation around a move away from the club, Garnacho stayed put, producing an impressive display off the bench against Leicester City in the FA Cup, placing two efforts on target as he looked to turn the game around. With the theme of departures evident during the recent transfer window, Amorim should have looked to offload one player who's failed to make an impact at the club in recent months. The player who Man United should have sold in January. Centre-back Victor Lindelof looked to be an astute signing when arriving from Benfica for a fee in the region of £31 million in 2017, looking like a player who could be a solid addition for the immediate and long-term at Old Trafford. Nearly 8 years on from his big-money transfer, the Swede has rapidly dropped down the pecking order in recent years, with injuries also plaguing him on a regular basis. Whilst he's made over 20 appearances in every season at the club to date, he's often been a backup, either receiving minutes in cup competitions or off the substitutes benched in 2024-25. The 30-year-old has only made 9 appearances across all competitions, with only 5 of which coming in the Premier League and none of which have come from a starting role. Welcome to Man Utd Transfer HQ Update. Don't miss out on all the latest updates. Subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our second news is Man United loan exit scores first goal for new club in dramatic defeat as defender starts in costly draw. 4 of Manchester United's senior squad are out on loan after 3 Old Trafford exits were sanctioned in January. Jadon Sancho left for Chelsea in the summer while Antony, Marcus Rashford and Tyrell Malacia followed him out of the temporary departure door in the most recent window. On Friday night, United came from behind to defeat Leicester City in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Harry Maguire scored a controversial late winner in stoppage time, with United set to find out their 5th round opponents on Monday. Up next is a visit to Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. The Red Devils have come up against Spurs twice already this season, losing both games. They were beaten 3-0 at Old Trafford in the reverse league fixture, while they were knocked out of the Carabao Cup by the North London outfit in the quarter-final. As United prepare for their next outing, their 4 lone stars were all in action over the weekend. As we round up how they fared, Jadon Sancho started for Chelsea as they were knocked out of the FA Cup with a 2-1 defeat at Brighton and Hove Albion. The forward was withdrawn after 74 minutes as Enzo Maresca tried to change things up in search of an equalizer. The player took some criticism from a small section of supporters on social media. However, just a few weeks ago, the ex-Borussia Dortmund man was praised by his manager. He said, "For me, he's doing very well. I am quite surprised with Jadon, because I knew Jadon already, from seeing him at his previous clubs. And I know what I expected from him, but in terms of being consistent, he's doing very well. Apart from a short part of the season when he had some problems, when he was out ill, then for the rest he has been very good. I expected him to do well, but for all the players doing well for a long period is not easy. And he has been doing well for a long period already. He's doing well, now he just needs to continue going in that way." Meanwhile, Rashford came off the bench for the final 25 minutes of Aston Villa's 2-1 win over Tottenham Hotspur in the FA Cup fourth round. Villa boss Unai Emery said, "How we were playing the last 30 minutes with Marco Asensio and Marcus Rashford was really good because we have to create again and build our team, progressing our structure as soon as possible, getting the performances like we did today." Antony made his second La Liga start for Real Betis and scored as they were beaten 3-2 by Celta Vigo on Saturday. The forward opened the scoring for the Spanish club after 10 minutes, while former Leeds United and AS Roma defender Diego Llorente doubled the lead after 22 minutes. However, 2 goals in 2 minutes, just after the hour mark, hauled the hosts level as Betis then conceded a third goal in the 87th minute to lose the game. Don't miss out on all the latest updates. Subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our third news is talks held. Man United have to agree £25 million fee to get midfield signing done. Manchester United have not had the best of starts to life under Ruben Amorim, but the Portuguese tactician seems to be willing to sacrifice success in the short term, keeping in mind the bigger picture and looking to build a project for the club's future. It would have been easy for Amorim to persist with the likes of Marcus Rashford, but he made the ruthless decision of not using players who didn't give their everything to the team's cause and has shipped out the Englishmen along with Antony and Tyrell Malacia. News: Man United lead to secure £49.9 million star signing. Legend: sure, Amorim wants him. Amorim's brave decisions haven't necessarily translated into wins on the pitch, but the club will surely be planning with the manager for the future, targeting potential signings, especially with the current season being a virtual write-off. Man United had previously held talks the camp of talented teenager Chris Rigg, who has been impressing with Sunderland in the Championship. The Red Devils are not the only clubs who are interested in signing the prodigious talent, though. Now, as per Caught Offside, Man United will have to agree a fee of around £25 million to sign Chris Rigg from Sunderland amid interest from Arsenal and Liverpool. Chelsea, Manchester City, Brighton, Newcastle, Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid are also being touted as potential destinations. With so much interest in a player who is just 17 years old, it is clear that Rigg has a huge ceiling and Man United will need to convince the player to snub other teams on the list to sign for them. The key to this would have to be Ruben Amorim. What the Portuguese tactician would be able to offer compared to some of the other teams on the list, and is a regular role in the first team despite his young age and a track record of developing a number of youngsters during his time at Sporting CP. Valenciac logo Valencia CF. Loading official content. Keep watching. Predominantly an attacking midfielder, Rigg would perfect fit into Amorim's 3-4-2-1 formation that he has been using at Old Trafford, and let's wait and see if Man United are able to convince the 17-year-old to sign for them in the months to come. Welcome to Man Utd Transfer HQ Update, your ultimate source for Manchester United news, rumors, and updates. Don't miss out on all the latest updates. Subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our last news is exclusive. Man United considering surprise move to sign exciting France star. Manchester United have defensive concerns mounting once again, and that is likely to lead them back into the transfer market in the summer. With Lisandro Martinez sidelined until next season, Red Devils head coach Ruben Amorim and key decision-makers behind the scenes are actively assessing their options for a new centre-back ahead of next season. If experience in the Premier League becomes a priority, 2 names stand out: Everton's Jared Branthwaite and Crystal Palace captain Mark Guéhi. Both have been on the radar for some time and offer the composure and ball-playing ability that Manchester United would be looking for. Everton remain hopeful that Branthwaite will stick with them as they move into a new stadium, but there is a better chance of seeing Guéhi make a transfer. The £70 million, rated England international is already wanted by Premier League clubs, including Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur, as we have reported, but the Red Devils do have an interest. We understand that Manchester United have also tracked Bournemouth's Dean Huijsen, another young talent with huge potential. However, their search will not be limited to England. In Portugal, Goncalo Inácio and Ousmane Diomande, both excelling at Sporting, have been on the Red Devils' radar. One interesting name that might be worth monitoring is Jean-Claire Todibo. Manchester United wanted the exciting France international before he made the switch to West Ham United last summer, where his move will become permanent at the end of the season. However, his time in London hasn't been entirely convincing, leading to murmurs that he could become available again. Juventus are already keeping tabs on his situation, But if the Red Devils see an opportunity to reignite their interest, they could enter the mix. Meanwhile, Luke Shaw's future at Old Trafford is uncertain. Although he has provided cover at left center-back in the past, the club is not placing any long-term expectations on him. There is a belief that Manchester United would be open to offers for him, given his persistent injury struggles. With Martinez unavailable for the remainder of the season and defensive depth looking increasingly thin, Amorim has little choice but to prioritize reinforcements in the summer. Whether they opt for a proven Premier League defender or look abroad for better value, their decision in the coming months will be crucial to shaping Manchester United's defensive stability for next season, and they will draw up their list over the coming months. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Man United Transfer HQ, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest transfer news and rumors. One more thing. What are your thoughts on these updates? Comment below.